Y'all? It's your guy, your boy eBay, with my man Vic. This is the first ever Bay Area boxing podcast, and we're here to talk about all the great fights that happened this weekend with my guy Vic. My man's a true boxing fan and loves the sport. So can't wait to talk. We got to talk about top to bottom. You see the title there. Tio needs to fire his daddy. We saw the main event of last week's card or this weekend's card, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. First of all, what did you think about the performance?
Man, that was, if you were a boxing coach, that's how you show them that video and tell them, like, that's what a jab would do. That's what, that's what counterpunching is. That's what slick movement is. And the 8th round, I think they gave it to Teo.
Yeah.
I think that was what Manny Stewart used to call a comparative round.
Yeah.
I got it 120 to 108.
Yeah, I agree. I barely gave him the 8th. I mean,
he did better, so it looks like he won.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pity round. You know, like, all right, here, you get him beat up so bad. Here's a round. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, like, before the fight, I feel like everyone was like, you know what, Tio has a chance here. He's a part of that. 4 horsemen of this generation, right? Beat Loma in 2020, had a great year, but has had a decline, in my opinion, since the Kambosos fight. And I feel like this is the worst he's ever been beaten. I mean, this is Shakur's best performance against the highest level. I can't say, like,
you can't say. I mean, the only thing he was lacking was maybe like a late stoppage.
Yeah.
I thought he could have gotten if he really pressed the issue a little bit more.
Yeah. We got to talk about it. I feel like it's elephant in the room. Tio's dad, Teofimo Sr., he did a lot of talking. He was dancing with Crawford, and then Crawford was dancing on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's kind of one of those things where you see this guy, he does a lot of talking. You see a lot of these daddy coaches, right, that do a lot of talking. And then they don't give real technical advice in the corner. I mean, Victor, it's like, kept talking about power and hitting him.
Yeah, that's the only strategy.
What kind of technical advice? I mean, where's your power, Victor? Where's your power?
Man, I was watching it. I was like, God, even I could give a little better advice than that. Like, I mean, why is your lead hand up?
Yeah, that was.
You got getting caught with that jab.
Yeah.
Like, every time Shakur's like throwing a jab, like, why aren't you like timing it with a right hand? You know,
it was crazy work. Yeah, I've never. It was almost like like you're having an amateur fight and you can't really find legit coaches, so you bring your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So your friend like, come on, man, you got to hit him, man. You got to hit him.
Yeah.
And it's sad because it's like, Tio's a good fighter. I'm not here to make fun of him and act like he's a bum. Like, I don't think.
I actually think he beats most people at 140. Too.
Yeah, exactly. But
and never mind that, like, there was no technical advice, but they didn't look like they were desperate towards, like, I don't know, like, say the 7th or 8th round, like where you tell Tio, like, let's go for broke and take a few shots to get in and give one of your own and try to land something or something like that.
And last time I saw him really do that was against George. I felt like he tried to go for broke more in that fight and really chase a knockout against someone like George. But this one, I honestly, I really do think he didn't want to get knocked out. I don't think he wanted to get knocked out or stopped.
Yeah.
It kind of gave, like, second guessing of himself, kind of going in the pocket, But yeah, Tio got shut down, and a lot of it's like, I think, some people are going to watch this fight and be like, oh, Shakur, he should have finished him, this and that, da. But when I watch a performance like this and I really dissect it, I mean, this is a guy that's arguably was undisputed, after beating Loma, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for him to just go out there and put a jab beat down, by the way, like one of the better jab performances I've seen this year. I mean, just great spacing from the southpaw stance. And we were talking about it before, Tio's been a southpaw killer, and this southpaw he couldn't kill. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So it was
even touch.
It was a great performance. I think I was gonna ask you this. Do you think this finally kind of stops the Shakur criticism?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know boxing, I think it should.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if you look back at Shakur's fights, like he never really ran.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe the De Los Santos fight. That's about it, but that's one, right?
Yeah.
Out of like 20-something fights.
Yeah. And arguably, like, to be fair to him, he broke his hand. You know? He kind of had no choice.
I think he was injured even going into the fight.
Yeah. So, and Dos Santos, he's not a bum.
No, I think Zuffa just signed them.
Yep, that's another good fight that they can book with him and Rayo maybe in a rematch. But yeah, as I think about the matchups with Shakur, I'm like, oh, maybe him versus Haney, this and that, or maybe he stays at 140 or Shockey Foster. I kind of want to get your opinion on him versus Conor Benn. I think like that seems like the fight they're trying to build.
I think I gotta quote Shakur, man. He's food.
Yeah. I'm puzzled by it because it's like, I like Conor. I think the Eubank fights were good, like especially the first one. But it's interesting that he's kind of like jumping in that 147 frame with those like guys like Rolly, Ryan, even Devin, right?
I don't know why Conor Benn wants this fight. Like he makes money like regardless of who he fights in the UK. He doesn't need Shakur.
Yeah.
I would stay away from Shakur for a while.
Yeah.
There's Rolly out there. He was messing around with Rolly.
See, I like that matchup.
I like that matchup too.
Even like if like let's say Ryan beats Barrios, I like that matchup too.
Yeah. Garcia probably brings in more money than Shakur.
Yeah. Stay away from Devin. Debo, we got to stay away from Debo Dev. Stay away from Debo Dev. But yeah, as I'm watching these scraps, I think this is Shakur's coming out moment. I feel like almost like I wouldn't say like he didn't stop how Floyd stopped Gotti, but like it's kind of like his moment where finally people gave him a lot of praise.
Yeah,
some of the biggest critical people I've seen finally, like Cam and Mace, finally gave him some credit.
Yeah,
a lot of people had to be like, you know what, this half Puerto Rican, half black kid ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's
probably more impressive than Gotti though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean,
because Tio was in his prime. Like, I mean, maybe a little bit off, but he's still under 30.
Well, he's
never taken too much punishment like Gotti had.
I felt like Tio was kind of like on the comeback near his prime. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like kind of reversing it because he looked amazing against Barboza. I think he killed the show.
Yeah,
when he fought Barboza, and Barboza had beat Catterall. He beat some decent guys before that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I thought he was looking good, and I thought he's kind of making a bit of a resurgence. For him to stop that, stop that momentum.
No, he looked the best in that New York card.
Yeah,
right.
So it's not like Tio was coming off like. If Tio was coming off like a Jermaine Ortiz or the Sandor fight, then you could be like, maybe he wasn't really up to par. But just seeing how, in my opinion, how Shakur kind of dealt with him, it makes you think like, damn, like this guy Tank, man, he probably saw it a mile away.
Yeah,
he saw it a mile away. But now you kind of can't run for him. You can't call him boring no more. He's been on 2 like big ring cards, you know what I'm saying? He killed it against Zepeda. He killed it against Shakur.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to really deny him,
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like, 8 rounds to 4, 9 rounds to 3.
I thought it was going to be
something like that, And if, the best Tio showed up, I thought maybe it would be 7 rounds to 5.
Yeah.
I did not expect 11 to 1 or from what I saw 12 to nothing.
It was a complete shutout. And I do wonder the sparring, the training camp, because they was closed doors. I felt like Shakur showed more of the training camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They did. I think they did most of their training camp in that Apex in Vegas. But they were talking about how they were closed doors. Like the manager was talking about he was having some of the best sparring. And I wanted to talk to you about this. Does Tio need a new team finally? Does he need to like finally?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Yeah.
I think he definitely does. Like. His dad has taken him as far as he could go.
Yeah.
The corner work he's turning him into a one-dimensional fighter.
and I do go into the fight, right? Because they were talking about like the body shots, right? Trying to hit to the body. But I'm like, okay, so what was really the game plan? Was to work his body the whole fight and get beat up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know what the game plan. I don't know if they had a game plan.
Yeah.
You know. I would definitely like to see him with a new trainer because he's only 28.
Yeah. He's not old.
Yeah.
And he's not past it.
So who do you like to see him train with?
Well, I thought, he's slick. So I don't like, I saw him working with Canelo's people. I don't want to see him like, he doesn't fight like Oscar Valdez. He doesn't fight like Canelo. He's a slick guy. He likes to move, he can fight off the back foot, he can fight off the front foot. You know what I'm saying? He could do a lot. I would like to see him with maybe like a Buddy McGirt, like someone that's like more, a little flashy, like that understands his style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Buddy McGirt, like his favorite thing is like making him make fighters use a jab.
Yeah, exactly. And for sure, he needed to use his lead hand. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah, Buddy McGirt's underrated. I gotta go with the man of the hour right now. I think Robert Garcia.
Yeah, Robert Garcia is great.
Yeah, he's you look at his track.
Yeah,
record. It's so it's not like he only has one champion or two.
Yeah,
he has a long list of champions.
Yeah,
and he can probably get some really good work out there with, people close to his weight or his size.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you got a lot of hitters. Yeah,
I think Ronnie Shields is probably a good trainer.
Yeah, underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just needs a new look, overall new sparring. Yeah, that's why I really want to know what his training camp was like, because they were very like, hush hush about it.
Yeah, he even said it was hush hush.
So, but I'm like, is there a reason why it was hush hush? Like, is there like a negative connotation to it? That's what I think. Like sometimes when it's like hush hush like that, like was the sparring not going as good as he wanted it to go? Or
yeah, I mean, like where are you gonna find a sparring partner like Shakur?
Yeah, it's tough, especially like a great southpaw.
Yeah,
yeah, he's different. It's for sure hard to deal with that style, especially a great jab from a southpaw stance is very tough. Yeah, especially when both guys, they're both pawing at that lead hand, a lot. And they can't really get their jab off. The southpaw guy's getting his jab off. It's not a good night.
Yeah, your best bet is probably gonna be like William Zepeda and just take a few shots to throw one, and knowing that you probably hit a little harder than Shakur. Hopefully, one of those will
even though
stun him a little bit.
Even though Josh Padley got finished, I think it's fair to say he did better than Tio.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say that. He did better than Tio.
But I still think Tio, he would beat Josh Padley, he would beat Zepeda. Yeah. It's just a style matchup that's not good. And
and I think Shakur is truly the best. I think it's time to give him his credit. So whatever they do with him next, if it's Conor Benn or maybe a Devin Haney in the future, or maybe going back down to Shockey Foster. He's been talking mess, I don't know if you've seen him.
There's still Abdullah Mason.
Yeah, he looked amazing in his last fight. So
and you got he fought 2 last week, I guess. Murataya.
Yeah, Murataya. He's still in the area.
There's definitely options.
Yeah, for sure.
And then 140, he stayed at 140. There's Dalton Smith.
Yeah, who smoked Subriel Matias, by the way. That was amazing. Yeah, crazy. You got Richard Hitchinson.
Yeah,
they got some interesting back and forth. So you got a lot of players.
Probably Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah, if Pitbull can get past Lamont,
Yeah, you still got Lamont.
Yeah, so you got a lot of good guys at 140. 140 is seems like a very a good division to be at, and Shakur killed it, man. I just think like
Pitbull might give some problems to
Shakur.
Yeah, even though I haven't, how I feel about Pitbull sometimes, but because he's willing to just go in there, chin down, hands up,
and get hit.
and land some of his own. But at 140, you don't know if he's going to be able to. His punches will affect him. His power has gone off a little bit.
Yeah, and then I do think Zepeda's he had a good jab. You know, one thing about he had a constant, like, he just always was moving the jab, always using the lead hand. Even if he's not landing, he's getting, like, you know,
giving him something to think about.
Yeah, like Zepeda just fought a phenomenal scrap, you know, and against Shakur. So I can't even be mad at Zepeda. I just don't know if Pitbull will utilize his jab like that, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know. But there's a chance, man, Shakur might play with him, so he might, you know, might not take it too seriously.
Yeah, it could go either way. It could be another masterclass against, like, you know, some guy that, you know, just comes in and swings for fences, or it could be a guy that's just applying a lot of pressure and giving some Shakur some uncomfortable situations.
Yep. And that's how I see it. So we talked a lot about Shakur, but we got to talk about, you know, his brother, his cousin, the guy he don't want to fight, Keyshawn Davis. They both don't want to fight each other. Keyshawn looked great against Jermaine Ortiz.
Yeah, he shined.
Yeah, I was impressed.
That body shot, like right before the stoppage, right?
Yeah.
I think he did an angle and then threw a body shot. That was nasty.
Yeah. It's crazy when I'm watching him fight, right? He looks so good for 140. You know what I'm saying? Physically. Like, it's crazy. Even like if he's to move up to 147, I'm like, wow, he looks like not bad. You know? No. He looks like he fills into that weight class just perfectly fine. I do not see an issue for him to potentially fight at 147 against those guys. And a lot of those guys were coming have been coming up from 135, you know, one of his old weight classes. So it's not like he's gonna be dealing with some really, really big guys, you know?
Yeah.
So I was impressed. What do you think is the next step for Keyshawn?
I would probably stay at 140. Try and capture a title.
Yeah.
That wasn't a title fight, was it?
No, it wasn't. I think even Jermaine was going up. I think he was.
Yeah, I would try to get a title at 140, and then if some more people, you know, move up. You know, it'd be a good fight is one day is Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, right. There was that back and forth. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it will be interesting. Obviously, he's calling out Devin Haney.
Yeah.
That seems like the fight that everyone wants to kind of see. But my thing about it, I'm like, well, he still needs to kind of like earn his shot at 147. You know? I do feel like he needs to fight someone at 147. If you're thinking about a contender that he should fight, like who's someone that comes to mind at 147?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
147 is almost a wasteland.
I know, right? A lot of those guys have left. I'm trying to think. Man.
There could be maybe some of like Brian Norman's past opponents.
Yeah. That's I would like a Jin Sasaki or some of those guys wouldn't be bad.
Some of those guys would be. That would be a good test, and then like eventually probably fight Brian Norman, and then after that,
fight. Well, that's a tough fight, man. Brian, I think people are sleeping on Brian. People are gonna be sleeping on. I think Brian has such a high ceiling. I think just because you lose to Devin Haney doesn't mean you're trash.
No.
You know, I think a lot.
It's just like you lose to Shakur doesn't mean you're trash.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. But Keyshawn, it was weird. As I'm watching the fight, I'm like, man, he just looks bigger than Jermaine. You know?
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I was like, there was I'm not saying the size. Obviously, the skill was what really won the fight.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things where I was just like, man, this guy was really cutting down 135. It was crazy. I was watching. I was like, man, he should have never been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks big, you know, and he looks like he fills out too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He was probably about 155 on fight night.
And it is a statement to beat a guy like Jermaine Ortiz, you know, good fight with Teofimo Lopez. Arguably, some people thought he won.
Yeah.
Had a competitive fight with
Lomachenko.
You know, beat Jamal Herring. So he didn't beat no scrub. Jermaine couldn't do nothing with him. It was kind of one of those things where like he couldn't find his footing. I felt like he was kind of like either trying to make a decision of trying to box him or trying to get him the inside. He couldn't do either.
Yeah,
it was one of those situations. So
probably couldn't get inside because he wasn't as strong.
Yeah.
As Keyshawn that fight night.
Yeah, and I like Jermaine. I really do. Do you think he goes? Stays at 140?
That's hard to say.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, it's a tough.
He just got there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or no? He's been there for a while.
And he's been there for a minute, but he hasn't had a lot of fights. I mean, after he fought Tio, he only had one fight. I think it was on like a Jake Paul card.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so it's like he hasn't been active. So I kind of do wonder what the career decision is for him, because I had high hope for him after the Jamel Herring fight.
Yeah,
I thought he because he's not bad.
No,
he's not bad. He's not a bad fighter at all. So it's kind of like it's tough because
he might be like contender level,
like a gatekeeper kind of stuff. So it's one of those things. But hey, we got to talk about man of the hour, Shushu Carrington, knocking out Castro.
Yeah, so far that is probably knockout of the Well, the year still so knockout of the month.
Yeah. I think Shushu. I mean, especially we saw the ring card last year in December. We saw Nakatani, we saw Inoue, we saw a lot of these guys, right? I think Shushu can compete with those guys,
Yeah.
At first, I was like,
he's big enough too.
Yeah.
I think he's like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
Like he's a big.
Yeah.
He's a big featherweight.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to see him and another top featherweight who's also with Top Rank.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that stopped Robeisy Ramirez.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I forgot his name, man. I know you're talking about. Let me search it up. Because he's a champ, tall kid too.
Yeah, he's like 6 feet or something.
Yeah. Let me see if we can find him. Ah, man, it was a crazy fight too. I remember it was super competitive when they were scrapping.
Yeah. Featherweight.
Oh, okay, my bad. Let me see if he's there. All right, boxing. Let's see. Let me see if we can find him.
Oh, there it is. 120. Rafael Espinoza.
Yeah, Espinoza. I mean, he is a tall dude, man.
Yeah.
He is a tall dude. All right, let me show so y'all can see what we talk about. But yeah,
that shouldn't be a hard fight to make.
Yeah.
I think they're both Top Rank.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see that. Yeah, Espinoza looked great.
Yeah,
in that fight. I remember it was
Angelo Leo's still there.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
There's some good featherweight. There's some good fights for him. Angelo Leo.
Yeah.
Rafael Espinoza.
You still got Ray Ford in there.
Yeah,
Ray Ford is for
you
sure.
You got Nick Ball.
Yeah, he's fight. He has a fight coming up. So
yeah,
against Figueiredo. So that should be interesting. Yeah, I mean, I want to see it. I really do. I do want to see these guys scrap. Is Navarrete's fighting, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, he's fighting, isn't he? Yeah, I think he's fighting this weekend. So let's kind of talk about that. But yeah, I mean, to knock out a guy like Castro like that, I mean,
yeah, that's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah,
both Carrington and Keyshawn Davis did things that other top fighters were not able to do.
Yeah. And it's not like these guys were coming off bad performances. That's the thing. Yeah. It's like you can say like, oh well, he wasn't the same guy, this and that, da 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 da. But I mean, Castro's coming off a very competitive fight with Fulton. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how you felt about it, but I kind of was like, damn, he might have won that.
That's true.
Yeah, he knocked him down. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, Shushu's he's legit. He's serious.
No.
And being one of the first guys to win at Madison Square Garden as a boxer is just a crazy kind of stat to have too. You know.
I know when you think about the history of you know, where they're from, Brownsville.
Yeah.
So many great boxers come out of there, and then for him to be the first one, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I think Shushu's ready for a lot of those guys. You know. Obviously, you got to give respect to Inoue because he's been killing it. I think he still has work to do with Nakatani, and then
also probably with Bam Rodriguez too.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you: you don't think Bam has to kind of like build himself up, or would you just put him there with someone like Inoue?
I think he's done enough to show that. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't know. I mean, it is weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, when you're getting ready for a scrap, like like when Jermell, right? We saw Jermell. He went up, right? The excuse was, oh, he went up 2 weight classes. And he's a smaller brother. He wasn't ready. Even though, in my opinion, we just see what Crawford did.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. But Bam's skills is way higher than Charlo.
So if your skills pay the bills, weight don't matter.
Yeah.
But that's the excuse, right? I remember that was I'll never forget it. People was talking about like Canelo, like he was the biggest super middleweight that ever existed when they fought Jermell. And Jermell taller than him, right? But they were saying like, oh, Jermell should have had a fight before that to get ready, right? That was the thing, that was the kind of complaint, because I will say one thing: when Canelo did fight him, he fought completely different than I've ever seen him fight anyone. Fighting off the jab and looked foolish. Now I don't think Bam's gonna do that, but there is a chance that where anyways, he's not small. He is small, like but compared to Bam, he's bulky.
He's solid.
He's very solid. Strong legs. I was really impressed with his last performance against Kip Picasso.
That guy was a champion too. Same thing. He made him look ordinary the same way Stevenson made Teo look ordinary and one-dimensional.
Yeah, but the way he fights is it's super like bouncy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's in and out. Kind of dealing with that style. Bam's on your ass, right? Bam's gonna be putting pressure on you.
Yeah. So who do you have on your top 5 right now for pound for pound?
I mean, it's kind of tough with Crawford retiring.
Yeah.
So I'm always the kind of guy, I look at skills.
Okay.
More than weight. Some people are a little different. They're always going to have the heavyweight guy be the number 1 guy. But I would say I go Inoue. I probably at number 1 just based on just skill.
Okay.
I'll say Usyk at number 2 because he's been the best heavyweight, right?
Yeah.
We've seen in a very, very long time. I wouldn't put Shakur at number 3. I wouldn't put him at number 3 yet. I still got to see more. I think at number 3 I'm gonna put Bivol.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Bivol. I think being better Biev, that's big. I think that shows that he's the best in his weight class. And I mean he beat Canelo too, so you got to give him credit for that. And at number 4, I'll put Shakur. I'll put Shakur at number 4, and then at number 5 I'll put Bam.
Okay,
those are my guys that I look at like the best. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
Inoue.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Shakur, and then Bivol.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I respect that. So back to like Shushu. What do you think is the next fight for him?
He's probably going to be looking at the Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa fight this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree. Well, you know him and
But I like the Espinoza fight.
Yeah,
because it should be easy to make because they're
top rank guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Top Rank was on Xander's Eyes fight.
Yeah. And Angelo Leos, I think I'm not sure if he has a contract, but I've seen him on Top Rank many times.
Yeah. It's for sure going to be interesting to see what they do with Shushu. And then we got to talk about the man that has made all the headlines for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Toupee, Jarrell Miller. I like Big Baby. I'm not trying to be mean here, but we just got to pull up a picture of Jarrell Miller so y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Oh man, it is for sure interesting when someone goes out like this, man. You know, and I like Jarrell, man. I really do, man. This guy could have arguably, if things would have went right for him, would have fought Anthony Joshua. Now he gonna be fighting toupee allegations for the rest of his life. Oh man, for this to be Jarrell Miller's kind of like,
I think everybody knows him now.
Yeah, you can't.
Even if you don't follow the sport,
man, he can make a lot of money though from this.
Yeah,
there's gonna be so many toupee commercials. He might get a free ride to Turkey off this.
Yeah,
off there, like, hey man, this ain't right. You don't need to do. You know,
he could probably retire from boxing with the money he's making from this if he wanted to.
Honestly, to be fair though, about just we don't want to talk about just his hair all day. I didn't think he looked that good.
No, he's showing his age.
Yeah,
which is I think Fabio Wardley was in the crowd because he was there to check out
the scrap. Yeah,
the scrap and see maybe one of them was going to be one of his opponents to defend his title.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, okay. Yeah, I was just in shock, man. I was in shock watching the scrap. I was just like, wow, okay. What kind of glue did you use? Did you use the kids' glue at Target? What kind of glue? You know what I'm saying? You got to use that crazy bear glue. You know what I'm saying?
The excuse was pretty funny too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
he said something about it. Taking a shower and
blaming his mama, man. Oh man, mama got your mama. Oh man, but yeah, I was for sure ecstatic watching that. It brought a chuckle.
Yeah. It's probably the highlight of the fight because after about 4 or 5 rounds,
it wasn't nothing to really talk
about. I think they were both just like cooperating with each other and trying not to try to make it to the final bell.
I know. Man,
it was getting real sloppy.
Yeah, especially Jarrell's a high output kind of guy.
Yeah, you didn't see that there.
Yeah, I was, and it's been I think a year.
I think it's been over a year. I think his last fight was Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, it was Andy Ruiz. That was on the Madrimov card.
Yeah,
so it was kind of one of those things, but yeah, I like Jarrell. I really do, but. Brooklyn, I don't know, the Brooklyn committee, they got to talk to him about that, man.
Yeah. And he didn't look bad being bald, like if you're bald, honestly, just be bald.
Yeah, if you're losing the hair, at a certain point you got it, or you just go to Turkey. I actually when I went to East Africa, we got to take Turkey Airlines.
Yeah.
You don't know how many dudes I've seen with the little post-surgery haircut.
Yeah,
you just go do. It's the wave. It's gonna cost them a pretty penny, but
or just be bald, man. Yeah, Mayweather could buy a toupee company if he wanted to. Yeah. And he's bald.
Yeah, he rocked it. Yeah. It was crazy. I don't know if you've seen the barber. He shut down the video. He had posted.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, this guy, he posted a video about giving Jarrell a haircut, right?
Yeah.
And then when the toupee thing happened, he shut down the whole tire. He's like, oh no, I'm not finna get caught up for this. I'm not finna get made fun of for this. This ain't my work,
Yeah.
But they had besides Jarrell. We lost Carlos Adames. That sucked. He was supposed to fight. Is it Amo? How you say
Amo Williams?
Amo,
Yeah.
right? Amo Williams. I kind of watched this fight. He looked decent. They had a last minute.
He did the best he could do from. I think it was like a 12-hour notice that he was going to fight his last the new opponent.
160 is not good. It's not a good division.
No.
Yeah, I like Carlos Adames. I think he has a lot of skill. I thought he gave Shiraz a run for his money, but I would like to see Carlos Adames move up to 168. I think it's time, especially since 168 is kind of going through that little bit of twilight zone, I think they need some new blood. I think that would be.
There's gonna be a lot of belts at 168 available too.
Yeah,
you got Crawford retiring.
Yeah,
and even if he didn't retire, his relationship with WBC.
Yeah, and Suleiman, So I'm telling you, man, Suleiman is going to be doing the biggest heist in boxing history when he's going to try to get back all the belts back to Canelo. He's going to figure a way to get all the belts back to Canelo. I heard that they elevated what's his name, Billy, right? Or there's plans. There's going to be plans. I don't know if they elevated him yet or they already have. But yeah, they're going to give some email championships out there, and Canelo's going to be collecting the stones like Thanos again. I can see him doing that.
But I mean, 168 is still a decent division.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Lester Martinez.
Yeah.
And Billy.
Yeah. Shiraz,
Caleb Plant.
Yeah. Jamal.
Jamal.
Yeah.
Berlanga.
Oh man.
No matter what you say about him, though, like you still gotta mention him.
He hits hard
because he hits hard.
Yeah,
and he always will talk himself into a big fight.
Yeah, I was thinking about Berlanga, right? And man, they set him up.
Yeah,
that was a setup. I went in there. Now I'm not proud of it, y'all.
Oh, there's also that guy. The guy that upset Caleb Plant. I think I think he won upset of the year.
Yeah, he did. He did one.
And then the fight before that Caleb Plant fought, Trevor McGumby. He's not bad either. He's decent.
Yeah, he lost to I think Pacheco, right? I think.
Diego Pacheco's there, so it's not a bad division. So Trevor McCumbee, someone like Trevor McCumbee, he probably won't be champion, but
I think the problem is it's like
he's a name.
168, we're kind of like we've seen these guys like, recycled a few times, like Caleb, Jamal. I think at 168, if you have someone like Carlos Adames finally move up, and then you already have Shiraz, you have some new blood. You saw Shiraz first fight at 168, best career performance.
Yeah,
he beat Berlanga up like Berlanga didn't deserve to be there.
Yeah,
took his lunch money.
No,
man.
I agree. I totally agree. But Berlanga, his mouth will always get him in the conversation with the Plants and the Charlos and Billy and the upper echelon of 168. Yeah. So I that's why I threw his name in there.
Yeah, and then it's like man, it's crazy. Berlanga fooled me. I thought he was a competent guy. I really did. I really thought for a second, okay, he gave Canelo a run for his money.
Oh, what's his name is at 168 too. I don't know his last name. Beck the Bully. He trains with Joel Diaz. Southpaw.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, we about to pull him up. Okay.
Melakuziev.
All right. Interesting guy. But yeah, it should be interesting to see what they do, But yeah, no, I would like to see Adames kind of move up. Was it weight issues?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it was weight issues. Yeah. Hold on, let me close these tabs. Maybe it's causing some issues. All right, now we should be okay. But yeah, it was a good card. I wasn't mad at it. We had some other cards on Saturday. Josh Kelly versus Bakram. I finally watched that fight. I do agree. I do think it probably should have been a draw.
Yeah. I also want to see a rematch.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was a good fight. I think going into the scrap, I think everyone kind of had this consensus. You watched the face-off. Oh, Bakram about to beat the shit out.
Yeah.
About to beat the shit out this boy. But if you really watch Josh Kelly fight, Josh Kelly be dancing on people, man.
Yeah.
He's
got some slick movement.
Yeah, he's slick. He's very slick. And
that's a hot division too, 154.
Yeah, for sure. But a lot of those guys though, like I feel like this is the first time we really saw a lot of one of those guys kind of fight each other, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's been the biggest problem. I think Bakram, he was complaining he wanted to fight Fundora and all that. This
154 has been hot for a while.
Yeah, it has.
Like even before this generation,
yeah,
people were passing belts around. Even during the generation of like Tony Harrison was passing, back and forth.
Yeah.
To back to the Charlo,
and
then was the guy from Philly, Julian Williams, I think.
Yeah,
was champion.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah.
And then I guess Julian Williams lost to the guy that got knocked out by a jab, by the Charlo.
Yeah.
Jason, he was a title holder for a while.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Jason Rosario.
Yeah.
So it's been. I mean it's been a competitive weight class for a while, not just lately.
Yeah. So we'll see. There has been some talks about maybe Josh Kelly versus Jaron Boots Ennis is next. Maybe do you kind of see that being the thing?
Honestly, I wouldn't mind. Of course, we all want to see Boots and Ortiz, but if either one takes on Josh Kelly, and beats Josh Kelly, I wouldn't mind for them to then fight each other because then there's a title on the line.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest issue, right? That they don't have no.
Belts,
right? So like, to kind of like talk about, Jaron and then the Virgil situation. I think when I saw Eddie talk about it, I was like, okay, it seems like they're kind of backing off from really making the fight. Because the way I look at it, I don't know how you see it, but I like Virgil. But I do think his team do not like the fight.
Yeah, they probably know something that the public doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think they like the fight. I think it was okay when they were beating up Madrimov and it looked like Jaron was ducking and they kind of like, all right, let's take advantage of this. Yeah. They're going to start saying we're better than Jaron Boots Ennis. And when you look at resume-wise, and it's hard for me to admit it, but I do see comparisons to Crawford and Spence, where you have someone that has a better resume, right? But you see someone that's a little more talented.
Yeah.
Right? Even though when I look at the fight, I still think Virgil can give this guy a good fight,
Yeah.
But one thing that just, I don't know, it kind of turns me off. I'm like, man, why is this team being scared? Because I don't think Virgil's scared of him. I think Virgil wants to fight him.
Yeah, I don't think any fighter is scared to fight.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Opponent. It's usually the team or the promoters or management that just tells them, you don't want any part of this guy.
Yeah, I think Oscar sees it for what it is.
Yeah. Despite what we all think of, Oscar being this clapback Oscar on Thursdays, and people thinking he's funny and whatever, and he still knows boxing enough to know what's good for his fighter and what's not.
Yeah, he does. And then it's like, well, to get sued by two fighters now it's kind of a crazy look.
Yeah, I read somewhere where he's $24 million in debt.
Yeah. The rent for that house. He did a video about his mansion, right? With I don't know if you ever saw it. He was with Ariel Helwani. He was kind of doing this little interview, and he was doing a tour of his house. And hey, rent ain't cheap. When you got a man, rent ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. Back to like Josh Kelly and Bakram. I think those guys, killed it. We'll see what they do. If they have.
That's a hot division.
Yeah.
Like it's been that way for a minute.
Yeah.
You still got either Josh Kelly might fight the winner of Boots.
Yeah.
And Virgil. He could fight the winner of Thurman and Fundora.
They just, I think, announced that, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what they do. But but yeah, I kind of I like the matchup in itself.
And then you still got the Zuffa Boxing. They had a 154 fight.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I mean, they don't have 154, but they're 154 fighters.
Yeah, they have Bochuk, right?
Yeah. So it's a decent division. There's still Madrimov, who fought. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. What did you think? He didn't look too good.
No, but people were saying that he's been sick with asthma and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. Well, a lot. He was a pretty credentialed amateur, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about these super credentialed amateurs with these low pro records getting like big opportunities? We saw with Andy Cruz, right? We saw with him when he fought Crawford. I don't know how you feel about that. To me, it's like obviously I respect the amateurs. The amateurs are not easy.
No, you can't duck anybody in the amateurs.
Yeah, exactly. But the pro style is different.
Yeah. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Like it makes, it's better than feeding them to like, you don't want to be like Berlanga where you had 16 knockouts in the first round.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like,
you're not ready for competition.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, the same way with UFC with their motto is you fight who we put you in front of.
But do you think my point is though, like to a certain degree, do you think you destroy development of some guys? Like, okay, if I was to like develop this guy,
no, just go straight for it.
You just go for it. Okay, yeah, I feel it. Yeah,
it's the fans who think like, oh god, they have a defeat now.
Yeah, I know, right? And then they take it to heart. You're right. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. I do. But I don't know. It's just kind of like when people were talking about Madrimov, man, they was really bigging him up after the Crawford fight,
Yeah.
So it's kind of it isn't. I mean, Loma, I feel like he's the best amateur ever, right? And he was the best guy to really transition to the pros, right? I mean, beat Gary Russell, right? Like
no one has beaten Gary Russell that way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that was impressive work. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think Josh Padley fought on the card. He won. He got a W. Nothing really too much to talk about on that card. Xander Zayas fought. I watched the fight. Did you ever check it out or no?
I have not had a chance.
It wasn't a bad scrap.
Okay. I know it's for unification.
Yeah, Zayas looked good. I think used his jab. And he can fight, man. He can scrap. So I was impressed. Yeah, but it wasn't like one of those scraps where Zayas dominated. It was good work. It was good inside work.
Okay.
So yeah, I think
that he's in 154 too. I totally forgot that he's in that division.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a division that's worth watching.
Yeah.
I
would totally love to see what they do with Zayas. And Zayas is young. I think the youngest.
I think they're trying to develop him a little more before they.
Right. So that's the argument, right? Or we have a guy like this Zayas, right? You're like, okay, I think he can be something someday, but he needs some experience.
Yeah. And Puerto Ricans, they haven't had a
I mean, they had Berlanga for
they haven't had a champion for a while, so they might want to keep developing him. I mean, unless you consider Shakur Puerto Rican, he's half Puerto Rican.
Oh well, they probably wasn't claiming him before the TO fight. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they like, oh yeah, that's our Puerto Rican king.
He's always said I'm half Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what they do. But I mean, yeah, overall, good Saturday of fights, man.
Yeah, good Friday, good Saturday, and good Sunday.
Yeah. Pro Box, I forgot. Yeah, Pro Box was good. You want to talk about a little bit of Zuffa? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Zuffa 2 killed it. Yeah, Zuffa 2 was way better than the first Zuffa, in my opinion. Especially the top 3 on the main card were all crazy fights.
Yeah, that was it. The light heavyweight fight to open the main card.
Yeah,
you didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
if anyone was getting stopped, is the Hot Rod.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
Knocked down 2 times and then just
that's a guy that fought Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he fought David Benavidez. Went to the distance with him.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whoa, impressed overall. And then I think Rayo did what Rayo usually does. Looked really good. Diego Torres, decent fighter. He fought, I think, Raymond.
He showed some decent boxing skills, good upper movement, rolling out away from punches.
Yeah.
Good foot movement and stuff like that. Yeah, it was a solid. I'd probably give it about
It's not. I wouldn't say it's
B
best.
plus.
I wouldn't say it's best performance. I still think the Cruz. He didn't get hit against Cruz.
Yeah, I give it about a B plus. B.
Yeah, in terms of defense, like he got for sure. Torres, he did some things to like. One thing I was kind of impressed with him because I was a little worried because there would be moments in the fight where the body language, I would say, didn't look good from Rayo. So like he did a lot of good things to kind of like make it a fight, and make Rayo uncomfortable. But Rayo adjusted, made some adjustments, and still kept it technical. But for sure, it is.
I think that those bonuses like they do in the UFC, now they're doing it for boxing.
Yeah,
it really helps with these fighters like getting in there and not just hugging or
incentivize a knockout. Yeah, you're right. Or
if not go for the knockout, at least put on throw some punches.
Yeah, no, I think Zuffa killed it, man. I was happy with the I like the Sunday slot. I prefer the Sunday slot over the Saturday. Because it's like I don't know if it was tough for you on Saturday. It was tough to watch all the fights.
On Saturday, Saturday, like it's a full-time job on Saturday because you got the thing in England, and then you probably like get something to eat or chill for about an hour.
Yeah, and
then if you watch the undercards for the New York card, there isn't time to chill.
Yeah, I mean you got to get back to work. You know, exactly. You got to get back to work,
and you're done like around 10 o'clock. You've been watching boxing from like 9 in the morning to 10.
So, and there's not like I like Pro Box having Friday. Friday's always a good slot. But I love a
Sunday's cool because you're getting ready to work the next day.
Yeah. So
you want to be home, but then there's not a whole lot to watch.
Yeah, most people don't really put on stuff like sometimes you got football, but in terms of like fights, it's just it's not the slot.
Zuffa is really good, putting it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And the cards are competitive.
Yeah. And I think overall they're just gonna keep getting better and better. I'm a big fan of Dana running it. I really do. I understand why Turkey did what he did. Do you see the little beef that him and Eddie are about to have? Or it's kind of like culminating?
Yeah.
Because, Eddie was kind of like the golden child, right? Everyone was like, oh, it's going to be the next time big time promoter.
Yeah.
And then Eddie's not a bad promoter. I just think he has certain antics that I'm not a fan of. You know what I'm saying?
No, if I was a boxer, I definitely would want to go with Eddie.
Yeah.
Because, he pays
top dollar.
Yeah.
And Eddie, when he has your back, he has your back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I think he overdoes it as a promoter. Like he is a promoter, but like I'll never forget when Madrimov fought Crawford. Man, the dude was going on a press tour talking about some robbery. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, go.
But as Zuffa has like better fights,
and
the matchmaking is good, it's gonna force everybody else to step it up.
Yeah.
So I think it's we're just gonna be getting fights that are. That are going to be a lot more even, right? Instead of some young prospect fighting a guy that's 2 wins and 8 losses or whatever.
Did you see it was going viral on Instagram? I think it was on the Josh Kelly card. What's the kid's name, man? He was fighting this midget, man. It looked like you know what I'm talking about?
I saw clips on Instagram, but I didn't see the actual fight.
Oh man, it was ridiculous. Let me see if I could find this guy's name. I saw it was not right. I will say that it was not right. Let me see if I can find this. Oh man, because I know it's DAZN, right? Like that's where the Padley fought. I think they fought on DAZN. Let me see if I can find this nonsense. Or is it Matchroom? It's Matchroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matchroom. Yeah, this was not. Yeah, they trying to hide it, Even Matchroom ashamed of putting on a fight like that. Let me see if I can find this guy, man. Sorry, I just need some technical difficulties. Yeah, they're not even trying to show it. I'm trying to see if I can find it. This was the most ridiculous.
Is it Matchroom?
I think it has.
Or is it the Frank Warren one? Queensberry.
Let me see it. I was just in shock. I was like, and then the dude was really trying to stop him. You know?
Wow.
He was trying to stop him. And it was just like, it was just a shame.
No, I saw clips of it. I thought it was AI and shit.
Yeah, it was not right. I will say that. Let me see if I can find this. All right, y'all. I'm having a bit of a technical difficulties, y'all. I'm sorry. I will find it eventually, and if I can, I might put it somewhere in this video when I'm editing it. But yeah, the people know what I'm talking about. That was
okay.
crazy.
I gotta check it out.
William Skull, he got knocked out.
Yeah,
that's a bad look.
I think
it's a bad look for Canelo, man.
I think that proves why he was running around the ring when he fought Canelo.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I was just shocked, man. I was like, man. Yeah, versus Jacob. Yeah, I was just like, man, god damn, man. This guy is just getting some Canelo opponents is just out here looking bad.
Yeah.
All of them. I mean, Berlanga went 12 rounds with Berlanga just for Shiraz to do it in 6. For Skull, I mean, Skull was dancing just for Skull to get knocked out, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a bad. I think, you know, in the Great Warriors Court, I think Canelo is food right now for some of these guys. I really do. I think
I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah,
like he's been hiding his decline.
Yeah,
really well ever since the Bivol fight.
Yeah, I think that's where it started. But I think a guy like Shiraz.
I think after Bivol, he fought he had the trilogy with Golovkin.
Yeah.
John Ryder.
Yeah.
Jaime Munguia. Who else? Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah.
Is
that's about it? Yeah, I think he fought Berlanga. He fought Skull, right?
Skull,
right? And then he fought Crawford. Yeah.
So he's had 5 opponents since the Bivol fight, I think, right?
Yeah, it hasn't looked good.
Yeah, and he's just been using he's been using that to kind of mask his decline.
Yeah.
You know, I think he should retire personally.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard. Well, for him personally, when you got someone like Sulaiman backing you from the WBC, and that guy is an interesting crook in my opinion. But when you got someone like that backing you, they're gonna protect you. So I think he in his head he probably got 3 more fights he can bank out and then leave and get your money.
I don't know, because he's at the age. He's what, 35? When you're at that age, you're a little shot. Any fight is gonna be fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think Billy, that one, I think he wins.
Yeah, but at what cost?
Yeah, but I think he wins that one.
Do you really want that kind of pressure fighting and whatever at that age?
But you don't want Shiraz though. Shiraz will.
That's what I mean. What's available for him?
I think it's Mabili and then Diego, and then I think he rolls the dice with Shiraz. I think that's how he's probably going to try to run it.
Who do you see him beating?
I think
just Mbili?
I think he beats Diego.
Okay, Diego didn't look that sharp in his last fight.
I don't think Diego has enough power to really keep him off.
Okay,
and then I don't think he has a good enough jab or good enough footwork with the jab to kind of skillfully beat him.
He might.
I mean, he's long. Yeah, he's a big kid. He's a big kid. He's long, but I do think Canelo beats him. I think Shiraz is the only one that's a problem for him.
I think Mbili will make him look even more shot, but he might come out ahead. But he might.
Well, I think the problem was because I saw Mobili's last fight that went to a draw. Right?
Yeah.
I just think that kind of style of reckless abandonment going forward, Canelo kind of likes that. He liked it when Jamie Munguia tried it,
Yeah, I don't know if he could pull the trigger anymore, though.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, we'll see. I mean, the only thing is, I will say one thing. A lot of these guys, these middleweights now, for sure are gonna have a lot of confidence seeing how he fought against Crawford,
Yeah.
and are going to be less respectful of him or respecting
out of his generation. I think like maybe Big Charlo.
Yeah, maybe that's a fight. Yeah,
right. Then you fought both Charlos.
Yeah, Jamal. Yeah, I think maybe.
Like he started his career at 15. Like he's 35. That's 20 years.
Yeah, but I say, or maybe he gets a belt from Billy, gets a win, right?
Yeah,
and maybe calls it a career. You never know. That could be. That could. I think what it is for him is he wants to just go out on top. I think there was a thought of retiring after the Crawford loss, but I just don't think he wanted to go out like that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think no one.
I don't think he wants to go out like that either.
Yeah.
Probably that's why I want to see more of Spence. At least one, or at least a few more. One or two more.
Well, there's been talk about Spence and
Canelo.
No, Tim Tszyu actually.
Okay, I heard that. But many years ago, they were talking about Spence and Canelo.
Yeah.
But that's probably when Canelo was at 160 or something.
But I don't know if I want to see the fight anymore because it's like both guys have been. I mean, not Canelo, but I mean Spence has been so inactive. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's been training consistent. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those are questions.
I think he actually probably needs a tune-up even before Zoo.
Yeah.
Not because he's not on the same level, but just to get that ring rust off.
Yeah, I think. I think Tim Tszyu is probably a good fight for him.
Yeah. I think after like maybe a tune-up.
Yeah.
And I think like I said, just to get the ring rust off, because Tim Tszyu is not that elite.
Yeah, Tim is for sure a good.
I think the perfect
good opponent for him
would be Tony Harrison too.
Yeah, he's back, huh? You're right. He is back. Yeah. I would like to see that fight.
Spence and Tony Harrison.
Yeah, I would like to see that fight. I like Tony. He should probably retire after that last fight. He did get dropped. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, he should probably.
Tony Harrison could box his ass off.
I know, man. He looked really good against Jermell that first time.
Yeah, problem is I
he's a great jab too.
Yeah. Like I just don't think he's just not the type that could take punishment.
No, I mean it's just tough because it's like and you also got to think about it like he's taking damage now.
Yeah.
I mean he got beat up by Tszyu.
I favored him against Tszyu. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
I thought he had more skills than. I thought
there was a lot of things going against him in that fight. I mean, hometown advantage for Tszyu, right? Yeah, it was interesting why he would take the location,
But I mean, do you really need hometown advantage if you're going to knock this guy out?
That is true,
right? Yeah. So I actually favored him over Tszyu.
Yeah,
because I thought he skill wise he should have way more skills than Tszyu. But then as soon as he got touched, it was like.
Yeah, it was weird. Like his jab was null and void.
Yeah,
he couldn't really deal with Tszyu.
Like it's only
Tszyu took the space away from him. He couldn't. Yeah, he had a hard. Honestly, when Jermell knocked him out, I could tell that was a tough one for him. That was a tough.
He was winning,
dude. He was.
But it's funny. I thought I had him winning, but the momentum. Yeah, I always felt like it's eventually Charlo's gonna catch up and stop this guy.
Yeah, I think that was the problem, and yeah, but I do like Tony Harrison. I really do. But I do think he probably should be teaching someone that jab and trying to use it.
Yeah. Like if he could take punishment and had a chin and everything,
yeah, he'd be a problem.
He would be a huge problem.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those guys, you look at, you're like, damn, man, like if he just only had a chin, like Amir Khan, right?
Yeah.
If only if he had a chin, So. Yeah, it's for sure interesting.
But Spence and Harrison would be a good little fight before fighting Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, I do. I can see that. But yeah, man, I think boxing's in a good place. I think we're kind of headed towards Chisora and Wilder.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think about that? Have you seen?
I just hope they both get their
check.
Yeah, get that bag, and then after that, I know Chisora is retiring either way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if he wins or lose. Yeah.
Wins or lose, he's out, but I'm glad that, they're getting that last bag.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight for Chisora. He can pull an upset.
Probably by decision.
Yeah, he could. I mean, he beat Joyce, right? He's coming off over Joyce. Beat Otto Wallin, right?
I can't remember that.
I think he beat Otto Wallin. Yeah, he had some decent performances his last two fights. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Deontay, he started talking again. I was like, oh, he still hasn't let it go.
No,
he will never let that
he's fear. A bitter girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. So okay, what do you think about what he's saying? Like honestly, like do you think there ever is a chance? Like, because it has happened where guys have put stuff in their gloves.
Yeah, but I mean, you got
there's too many
people. Yeah. You got the commission in there. You got Deontay's people in there.
Yeah.
Like, are you? That means that your people are incompetent if they don't catch that stuff.
Yeah.
Why would your people let that happen?
Yeah, and then it's just like, I mean, I don't like to get in any personal business, but just seeing, I don't know if you've seen the stuff with his ex-wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's doing him so dirty. She's doing him so dirty with the OnlyFans nonsense. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. The man, he did a whole what's it called? Like album for the girl. I don't know. You ever see that with his trainer Melissa?
Yeah. I forgot who I saw somebody call him Freaky Malik.
Oh man, yeah, so it's crazy, but I think the way I look at it with him, I think stylistically this is a good fight for him. I think
it's Wilder for Chisora.
I think for both. I think
it's gonna be entertaining.
It's for sure, and then there's a chance he could go out there and knock him out, right?
Yeah.
And then if he does that, you do Usyk and SF, right?
I heard it was Andy Ruiz fighting Usyk.
Oh, so they changed it.
Yeah. But I could see, I don't think Wilder's on that level. You know who would be a good fight for Wilder if he wins is Miller.
Yeah, Jarrell Miller. Yeah. I think they probably owe it to each other.
Yeah.
But
I like just if Chisora can get inside.
Yeah.
And get inside of and so that right hand is not going to be right in front of the right hand. He has a good chance.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like I was telling my boy about this when we were talking about Wilder. I'm like, they tried to set up the big fights later in his career.
Yeah,
they really did. Right, they gave him the Fury fight, but I remember Turkey. He really tried to set up the Joshua fight.
Yeah,
all he had to do was beat Joseph Parker.
Yeah,
that's all he had to do, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
so I mean. To be like, oh man,
but he's not sore about
those fights,
about the Jean Gillet and Joe Joyce. I don't know what it is about Tyson Fury that just makes him so like.
Well, those are the biggest.
Obsessed.
Those are the biggest stakes. Those are prime defined fights. I feel like when you look at those fights, he can kind of like mentally say, I wasn't in my prime.
Yeah,
I think he could kind of like just kind of like making a personal excuse. But I think those fights, I was cheated. I mean, he called it white supremacy. I was like, man, this guy.
Yeah, but I mean that's an entertaining fight with Chisora.
Yeah,
I think if Chisora can get inside,
yeah,
he probably should win. I think Wilder's probably more shot than Chisora.
Well, Chisora's, I mean, he's actively winning,
Yeah.
So
like
you
I think
respect it. Yeah.
The last time Wilder fought was some guy that wasn't even ranked, right?
Yeah. It was Helenius, right?
No, not even Helenius.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. It was it was like 3 months ago. I think 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah. No, you're right.
And he took that guy. He went like all the way to the 7th round with that guy, like,
and knocked him out.
Yeah.
I remember. It was like I forgot who promoted the fight. It was like some.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was interesting.
So, and Chisora has been, he's been beating Joyce and
he's been beating guys. I think. Yeah, but I mean, Wilder hits hard no matter what you get.
Yeah. You always have to account for that right hand.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's probably those are the fights that are pretty big. Hopefully we see, like speaking about the big fights, like, we see Benavidez versus Bivol at one point.
Yeah.
I hope we see that.
Benavidez and Beterbiev is a good fight.
Yeah. And then Cruiserweight, I hope they do something with Jai since he's on Azufa. Hope that happens. And they make those fights. But yeah, man, this was the first ever Bay Area Boxing Podcast. I had a lot of fun doing this with my guy Vic.
Yeah,
we gave some
definitely had some fun.
Oh yeah, shout out. I wasn't able to do the interview with him, but shout out to my guy Cottrell. He's a Bay Area boxer. He's going to be fighting in Boston, I think on February 7th. So shout out to him.
Okay, that's probably this Saturday.
Yeah, basically. So he's going to be competing. So I just want to say shout out to him. But yeah, we come from the Bay. Any local pro fighters, if you guys want to just chop it up with us, we're here to promote your scraps, and we love the game. We've been around the block. We've been around some of the top gyms, or we've seen the top gyms, heard of the top gyms around here. So we'd love to chop it up with you guys. And yeah, man, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Enjoy the fight this weekend.